There's a lot of focus at the moment on the need for organisations and individuals to pivot, that we need to look for something new to do rather than sticking with old approaches, that being agile and nimble is essential to survival in rapidly changing circumstances. Research by LinkedIn highlights the tension for individuals, showing 22% of people feel like they've just fallen into their job without much planning, and 23% are feeling like they are on a treadmill going nowhere. Why not give something completely different a try? While I absolutely agree with the sentiment behind this, it's important to pause before you pivot. Yes, there are new opportunities emerging every single day, but the answer isn't to mindlessly change what we're doing and hope for the best. We can bring a far more considered and systematic approach. It's helpful to think of the need and capacity to pivot in terms of 4 C's: capability, content, channel, and call. For any organisation or individual, we bring value to the world via our capability and content delivered through a channel. We then receive value back based on whether there is a call or demand for what we bring. You can think of capability as the skills and abilities that we bring to bear. There are things that we can do that are potentially of value to others, and we can always develop our capability through the investment of time and effort. Content is what we know. It's the knowledge that we've acquired over time. It's our views and perspectives about different areas. We can always build more content. Then there is a channel. If you think about this from a marketing perspective, a channel is how you connect and communicate with others. In the context of making a pivot, a channel is how you bring your capability and content to the market. That might be a job or a volunteer role or a business or a blog. It's the conduit between you and the outside world. The final and perhaps most important area is call. Here I'm talking about the market demand. If you're looking to remain employed or in business, the call will be mainly financial. How you can bring value that warrants the amount you are paid. But even if you're doing something in a voluntary capacity, there still needs to be a call for what you're offering. When considering call, the key question is, what do people want or need? A risky pivot is to try to change in multiple areas simultaneously. For example, to do something outside of our capability with new content through a new channel without a clear sense of the call. We are much better at any point in time to pivot in 1 or 2 areas rather than all 4. We do want to experiment, but think of a minimum viable product based on a clear call. Start by thinking about what people actually need. Clarify the call. Then, rather than working away at something that requires a huge investment, why not test a smaller version of that first? I don't particularly like the term, but it might be a side hustle alongside your paid employment. Or it could be a new service or product for your business. Let's take the example of someone who's recently lost their job. It might be tempting for them to either try to find exactly the same job but in another organisation, or to go completely to the other end of the spectrum and try something entirely different. The best answer is likely in between these 2 extremes. You can think of the job as the channel. It's the way you deliver your capability and content to the market being your organisation. I think we often underestimate the breadth of channels or jobs across which we could bring our skills and knowledge to life. We also routinely underestimate our capability and content. But we also need to recognize the market demand, the call. So yes, I absolutely encourage you to think about a pivot. Just ensure you're keeping in mind the 4 C's: capability, content, channel, and call. Try not to make radical shifts in more than 2 at once. And don't underestimate how much value you already have to bring.